Welcome to Series 1 of the Llama 2v2 tournament. I'm Eric, aka a new player, and I'm the organizer of this tournament. This is a best of 3 series, and the team that wins 2 games will win the series. We have XILED, Genesis. Originally it was supposed to be Jack playing, but Jack was late for this series, and Yaki found Genesis to sub for this game. Genesis passed the yellow check, and the other team, Bois, they agreed to allow Genesis to sub for Jack. And I was also the moderator for the series, and I approved this arrangement. So Genesis has taken Jack's spot. Alright. Okay, so XILED has Genesis and Yaki versus Bois, AnimusvoX, and Widgie. The global bans are the Swedes and the Indians, so both teams are not allowed to play the Swedes and the Indians for the entire series. The map of the first game is predetermined, which is Malaysia. For XILED, Genesis has chosen the Portuguese, and Yaki has chosen the Ottomans. For Bois, AnimusvoX has chosen the Germans, and Widgie has chosen the Russians. Let's get started. Spawning on the top left of the map, we have Animus playing as the Germans, his teammate Widgie playing as the Russians. On the other team we have, this is Yaki, although he's called not Yaki, this is Yaki. He's playing Ottomans, starting off with a TP. And we have Genesis playing as the Portuguese. Again, Genesis is the sub for Jack in this series. Interesting spawn here. 2 coin mines back to back in a very perfect wall in front of the base and some berry bushes there. So he's quite exposed. He might need to build something, place his houses, or build some walls to defend us, because it's pretty exposed for him.
Hello?
Alright, Animus starting with hunting dogs. This map is Malaysia, so there is a trading post line going across the map. And there is some native trading posts on the side. Each team has a pond behind their base, so they could go fishing. There are also some whales, so you get food and coin by sea booming. A strategy that could be used on this map is that you could send some 4 villagers, go all the way back to the base, to the enemy's base, and build a dock, and then start making warships, some caravels, galleys, then snipe the enemy's fishing boats. Or you could use the warships to snipe some villagers, snipe some buildings and stuff. You could also send your sea shipment point to the other side of the team, and then send some cards, some warship cards, and attack from behind. It's a common strategy used on maps like Malaysia and Baja California, but we'll see if they will play sea. Alright, so Animus has 2 caravels, so we might see some strategy, as I said, by using this card, and also the frigate. Pretty standard. It's got Black Riders and Jaegers and H3. Let's check the other. Yaki. Alright, so he's going Abyss, judging from the name of the card deck. Sending Capitalism. Why not save the card and then send 5 votes? I think 5 votes has a better value than Capitalism. Capitalism is around 2 to 3 villagers. Why not send 5 votes? I don't know. And then let's see, Widgie. Pretty standard deck. It's got triple military units in H2, so we might see some rush in H2. It doesn't have two heavies in H4. Maybe they're not gonna play a long game. Alright, Genesis has a C deck. Economic Fury, it's got schooners, well oil, rendering plant. It's got the organ guns. Yeah, I think he's going goons. Warders. Interesting, we don't see this card used much. Let's see where he's placing his TC with. Alright, so XILED team, they're building a fort base right in the middle. I think maybe this TC could like go on this side, or even better on this side, so they could take control of the middle of the map, because it seems like they're like on the left of it. And the TC like could either secure this coin mine or this coin mine. Right here, I think it's doing nothing. Yeah. Racks, okay. So Abus and Musks, I guess, is the combo. I think Genesis could put the 8 Cannoneers. Like in the recent patch, there's 8 Cannoneers. They are basically Abus, which is very strong. They could deal with some early pressure from the other team. Alright, let's check the other side. Alright, the other side is a fort based on the right. Got 2 blockhouses. Again, I think maybe one of it, maybe this one could take the coin mine, spread it out, take more line of sight. Or this one could like go around here, I guess. So you could deny this coin mine and also the other from the side. Alright, sending 5 Cossacks. Let's get to his point of view. Alright, got 1 villager now, nice. Got some raiding. You see some villagers on this side. Maybe he could go, yeah. Look at the lethal cow. Alright, some Abus coming in.
Готов. Приказ? Готов.
Alright. Cossacks AFK.
Что?
Alright, Widgie is making musks, alright, so... He's not making any units at the moment. Alright, maybe he's busy raiding, good. So what Yaki needs to do is to hurt these animals earlier. Otherwise, the opponent team has successfully denied Yaki from gathering resources. Which is still not making units. Okay, finally. We see a batch of Strelets. Alright, Animus is starting with a stable and a racks, so I think crossbows and ulans, I guess. Very good placement of building placement here, using these as like walls to guard the coin mines. Germany heavily relies on coin mines to get their units up. Like the ulans, they got 100 gold per ulan, so it's very, very expensive. So that's very good walling it up. I like it. Yeah, Widgie, same problem as Yaki. He needs to hurt his animals his hands towards the TC. So Animus here is trying to protect him from raids, if there were raids. And this will cost Animus from raiding the other team. Because the same units, instead of defending for Widgie, they could be used for killing bills on the other side. So yeah, I think either build a blockhouse or keep on hurting it earlier would be the correct play. Alright, Strelets charging in. It's got 23 Strelets along with 1 batch of Musketeers. Alright, Yaki. Let's check on this side. Alright. Oh. So yep, as I predicted, Avis plus Musketeer combo versus Ulan and Strela combo.
Hazır. Evet.
The Avis has more range, it's at 18 range versus Astralis has 14 range, so they could easily kite the Astralis. So if Yaki's team keep on poking the other team, they will win the poke war. Some nice walls here. Little dance. Some bug.
Evet.
But in the long run, I guess the Strelets, they're very cost effective and very cheap. They might outnumber the Avis Gunners. So I think Genesis might need to switch to Cab to deal with the Strelets because this will not be enough. Yep, let's get fierce need to fight. Yeah, they need Cab, I guess. They're getting outnumbered. Ulan's flanking from behind, good. Stroll is charging in. Might even want to get a snare on the Ibis. Good flank. Musketeer need to get in melee mode. It's not in melee mode. Wait. Right, some crossbows as well. Yeah, the villagers are getting slaughtered. Does he have... Oh, he doesn't have any cars. He needs... I mean... 3 delis, or like the Janissaries with a timing Miniman push might work. And also if like Genesis has the 8 Cannoneers, it might save them in this situation. Yeah, the problem is the Strelets. They need to deal with the Strelets. Genesis is doing some sea booming, yeah. And Yaki has like 1.3k wood floating. The problem... Okay, so these are from the cars. Like 700 wood and 600 wood. But you're not using the wood, so why would you send these 2 cars, right? I think it would be better if you send 600 coin, as the Avis guns, they don't cost wood, they cost coin. At least you could make more Avis, now you got like 150 coin. Well, in this situation, I guess Yaki needs to sell the wood for coin and then spam some units. Maybe switch to delis, in my opinion. Alright, let's check the others. Widgie... Alright, Widgie switching to Musks, yep. Exactly, they needed anti-cap, they have enough shows. So that's very good. Genesis... Sea booming, aging up with the Exile Prince, alright. Maybe he's gonna send 3 organ guns. Plus getting snared by the lens. Our 4 base getting raided. Alright, let's check Animus. Alright, very good. Putting an outpost here to protect the villagers. Yes, this is good map control. So if Widgie like could place the blockhouse like what Animus did very close to it, then it could secure it. Also this one, place it right here, it will deny the enemy from taking it as well as protecting its own villagers. Alright, surround TCS Ghana for Yaki. So this will heavily impact Ottoman's development. Because Ottoman, they need the TC to spawn the sellers, and it takes a longer time than a regular sub. So with the TC gun, he will stop receiving free sellers. And also, unfortunately, the 600 coin is down, laying on the ground, and it's getting guarded by Animus to lands. So even if he wants to send villagers to take it, he's getting slaughtered. According to the rules, you cannot sling resources to your teammate, but the other team can actually take these plates. You know, it's not slinging. So you see Widgie, yep, taking the 600 coin. Some raid going on down on the south. Alright. So that's a huge loss for Yaki. Alright, so we see Animus team is pulling back. Alright. Maybe they are aware that they checked Genesis deck. There's free organs. So these free organs could pop out anywhere. They could be pop out from the TC in the front, in the middle, in his base, or somewhere else. So he doesn't want the Strelets to get caught by the pop from the TC. So that's why he's asking to pull back. Maybe they're aging up and then doing a timing push later. Alright, so got the free organ guns out. He's got enough Strelets to protect the organ guns, alright. I think he needs to switch to goons instead of musks. Goons have better mobility. 7.25 speed. Alright, this might be a bait, like the Ulans, like luring your anti-cap away from the organ guns, and then these become exposed, and then he could flank from this side. Let's see if it... Oh nope, it's not. It's just doing some raiding. And maybe checking out, gathering intel from the enemy space to see what's up on the other side of the team. Whoa, Widgie. You don't need that much people to defend 6 villagers. What's going on? I mean, you could just build a blockhouse right here, you know? Protect this coin mine as well as these 3 hunts. I don't know what's going on. Oh, okay, so maybe they're waiting for Animus to get to H4. The engineer gives him 2 falconets, so maybe he's doing a timing push with falconets. And he's got 2 heavies in H4, so maybe 2 heavies plus 2 falconets, I guess. Let's check what Widgie is doing. He's aging up the bishop. He also has 2 falcons, alright, so maybe they will do a 4 falcon and 2 heavy timing push. If Widgie has like the 2 heavies in H4, then it will be perfect. I don't know. Let's see, how's Yaki doing? So Yaki has built his new base behind the Genesis base. Very good. Right next to the coastline. So protect some protection for these fishing boats. Oh, his Genesis has a lot of fishing boats. How many does he have? Let's see. 35, alright. But he doesn't have any protection for these. He doesn't have any like caravels, frigates. Alright, so Genesis in H4, another TC going down in the middle. He sent 2 heavies, alright, so 2 heavies, 3 organ guns. Against potentially 4 falconets and 2 heavies. Alright, 63 musketeers. They have the royal upgrade, alright. Let's see how it goes. Big fight incoming. Animus hasn't noticed yet. Alright, you notice it? Alright, it's pulling back. These skirmishers are getting caught. Yeah.
Qual é a sua ordem? Sim. Qual é a sua
These cannons need to get into fire mode. No, 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 what are they doing? Yes, yes.
Preparado?
Alright. I think they need to target infantry. Yes, the organs are shooting the crossbows. Oh, alright, the heavy cannons are sniping the cannons. Cannon versus cannons. Alright, they're getting surrounded. Yeah, it's just a slaughter. The musketeers couldn't get in melee mode. Wow, that's a bloodbath. I think it's GG. Yeah, totally surrounded. Right, Ulan's going in, get some raids. Widgie pushing in from behind. I don't know, I mean, Royal upgraded musketeers are good, but if they don't get in melee mode, they aren't doing the anti-cav job. While the goons, they have the multiplier already by shooting. But musketeers only have the bonus against cavalry if they're in melee. Alright, the cavalries are here, but they're not... they're out of range. Couldn't get the cannons at the back. Alright, so that's the first game. Yeah, I think the cards, like Yaki, he needs to put some military unit shipments in H2, gens, and delis. When you're getting pressured under your base, if you could like send some army shipments along with the Minutemen push, that might defend very well. Yeah. And I think also Genesis, if he had like the cannoneers and the crossbows, would be very good as well. I don't know, the combo might be the combo. You need to deal with the Strelets. Yeah, I think you need cav. You know, think of it this way: the Avis guns, they had cost 2 pop. And the Strelets cost 1 pop. Like in the long run, you will lose the population war. Yeah. Alright, let's check the stats. Alright, so Genesis with his sea booming, he has the most resources. He's got a lot of military units, a lot of musketeers, got some cannons. But his teammate Yaki is getting rushed, and in early game there weren't any like answer to the Strelets. And it kind of snowballs into late game. Yeah. Without the TC, it remains. The villager line remains flat. Yeah, that fight, getting surrounded. Alright, that's it for this game. Bois has won game 1. The losing team XILED gets to pick a team ban for Bois, which is the Germans. Bois is not allowed to play the Germans for the entire series. However, this team ban does not affect XILED, and they are free to play the Germans if they want to. XILED also gets to pick a map from the map pool for the next game, which is Himalayas. In the next game for XILED, Genesis has chosen the British, Yaki has chosen the Japanese. For Bois, AnimusvoX has chosen Dutch, and Widgie has chosen again the Russians. Let's get started. Spawning at 6 o'clock of the map, we have Widgie playing as the Russians again. His teammate at 9 o'clock, Animus, playing as the Dutch. 12 o'clock we have Genesis playing as the British. Finally we have Yaki at 3 o'clock playing as the Japanese. Alright, this map is the Himalayas, and there's a train post line going across the middle of the map. There are 5 TPs. And we could already see Genesis placing down a TP right away. So a common strategy for the British that starts with a TP is that they will send free vills as their first card, and then send because of the TP, they get XP quickly, and that's why their second card will arrive very quickly as well. So the second card usually is the Virginia Company card, which will give them cheaper manor houses, so that will be very good for manor house booming. He hasn't chosen. Okay, alright, okay, yes, so first card is free vills, and the second card most likely will be Virginia Company. So that's good for booming. Let's check out Yaki. So Yaki has got his consulate down. He's allied with the Portuguese. So his shrines should be cheaper. Yep. So it's 107 wood. Alright, he cancelled the... yeah, he sent the wrong card. So this card will give him cheaper shrines. So this also stacks with the consulate, the Portuguese ally. So the shrines will be will be a lot cheaper. So it seems that Yaki's team are both doing house booming, shrine booming, and manor house booming. So both are booming. So we might see a long game from this side. Animus got the TC card. Might be expecting some rush, I guess. Pretty standard. Got a lot of infantry upgrade cards, so I assume he might start with skirmishers in H2. He's also got the church card, which gives him extra 2 banks slots. Build limits, I should say, yeah. So this is a very greedy deck. Widgie going with the Quartermaster. Same deck. Same triple military unit shipments. Let's see if there will be any fort villagers on either side. Guess we see a flash over there. Maybe there might be a fort base. Alright, Genesis. Yeah, the hunts, yes, it's behind the TC, but I think it's too far away from the TC. I mean, the herding should be behind the TC, but it's also close enough to hide your villagers in time from raids, because it's too far from the TC here. If you're getting raided, this distance will cost you villagers. It's too far away. Alright, Yaki placing walls right away. Using the consulate as a wall, good. Using the coin mine as a wall as well. Alright, okay, it's because they see the blockhouse from Widgie, so that's why they're placing the walls. Outpost here? I don't know. Doesn't seem to be any resources nearby except for the trees. I think maybe if he sees the blockhouse, maybe he should like send the outpost to Yaki's base. Maybe somewhere here to protect the berry bushes. Also close enough to the TC so you could get the TC fire and also the outpost fire on the enemy's units. Because this will be wasted, you know. Either if you're like protecting yourself, maybe you place the outpost maybe next to, well, this will be wasted. Maybe next to here. So if the enemy Hus Cav sneaks from behind on this side, at least you get the line of sight. And you could send your villagers back to your TC before the Hus could snare the villagers. So I guess maybe put this to this side. Alright, let's check on the other side. Alright, Widgie, very good. Sieging down the shrines. Also sending Cossacks to raid. And Animus, okay, starting with stables. Hussars, very good building placements, I like this. Using the buildings as walls. Alright, he scouted there's a coin mine on this side. So he might use his Huss to raid. Alright, Genesis is also starting with stable, so both sides have Huss. Oh, he couldn't build it. This might be a problem. Alright, Huss. Let's see. Okay. Alright, so the walls. Why not, since you're walling, why not just secure this? Because as the Japanese, you cannot gather hunts. You can only gather from berry bushes in the cherry orchard. This will be very important for Yaki, so why not just wall up on this side? Just put a wall on this side, you know? Alright, Genesis trying to hide his cav. He doesn't want the other team to see that he's starting stable, I guess.
Yes.
Alright, Animus got the explorer down. Alright, he's got 10 Huss.
Yes.
Maybe he should do some raiding, in my opinion. Oh, alright, so, whoa, that's a lot of
Ready.
Huss and Cossacks.
Commandment.
So it's a very clever move for Animus team. Because they see there's a lot of walls. So it's easier to push in Genesis base. So that's why they switch targets. Alright, good job for Widgie. Musketeer is getting melee mode. And good Miniman push. I think Yaki needs to help. Okay, Yaki is sending Yumis. Just be careful not to get caught by the Cossacks and Hussars. Oh no, it's gonna intercept. Alright, using TC's fire. We snipe the Cossacks, Hussars. Gathering wood. Alright,
Yes.
that's good. Yumis need to continuously... Yep. Alright, good defense.
I feel a bit strengthened now.
Yeah, good. Okay, good. So use them as walls. Because it's pretty exposed on the side.
Yes.
And again, this coin mine will run out soon. If this outpost could be sent here, I don't know. Alright, he did send the Virginia company. Good, so he's... How many houses? 17 houses, not bad. But is it only one villager building it? Okay, 2 villagers. I think maybe 1 villager on each manor house instead of like shift clicking at so many houses. Because that will help you get faster villagers.
I am sorely grieved. I may not steer her.
Alright, let's check. SR running around and around across the map, trying to get some raids. Widgie continuously sieging down the shrines, trying to deny the shrine boom from Yaki. Alright. Kind of a stalemate right now. Let's check. Yaki. Oh, Yaki needs to make villagers. His TCS idle. He's got the consulate crossbows. He needs to send it to the front. He's idle here. Oh, Widgie. Wow. He sent 700 coin, and I guess 700 wood in the front. He forgot. He should switch the shipment point back to his TC. You know, if the enemy destroyed his work base, he could like take these like 2,000 resources for free. That's a very big misplay on Widgie's side. Alright, Animus sieging down the TP with his husk. Yeah, I think that's good because he can't find any villagers to kill, so instead of idling his hussars, he needs to continuously do some damage to the other team, so sieging the trading post is the correct play. Alright, so counter pushing from Yaki's team. Okay, so the Yumis should focus on the musketeers. And Genesis hussars could be used as a meat shield to block enemies' hussars. Alright, huge fight coming in. Alright, very smart for Yaki's team. He's not fighting under the blockhouses. Because the blockhouses, there's a lot of firepower. There's free blockhouses. Alright, luring the enemy back. Okay, but Widgie's team is not taking the bait. They're regrouping. Alright, they're pushing it again. Alright, Genesis needs to use them as a meat shield. Alright, good positioning from Yaki, using the trees as the barriers, as walls, to block enemies' husks. Are very good. Genesis using it as a meat shield, so enemies cannot flank from the right. Also, enemies cannot enter through the left. Very, very good. So Yaki should be doing a lot of damage. Also, Genesis got some husks on the Strelets. Oh, he switched targets. I don't know. Oh, there's a breakthrough on the right. The Ashigaris. Oh, they're dead. The Ashigaris should get in melee mode. Alright, Genesis. Yep, he needs to use it as meat shield. Oh, or, yeah, maybe yeah, because all the units are dead. That's why he pulled back. Yaki needs to send his reinforcements. He doesn't have reinforcements. Right, let's check Genesis point of view. Yeah, I think maybe longbows. or the musketeer cards should be included in the deck. So yeah, so he ran out of coin behind his base, so he's going here. If the outpost was put on this side, it would be safer. Like, the other team hasn't spotted this yet, otherwise these 8 builds will be done. Alright, finally Yaki has arrived, but he's got intercepted. Alright, Bill's getting spotted. So I think it's because of the map control. Yaki's team has lost map control and their bases were separated. The stable was in Genesis base and the barracks was on Yaki's own space. For Widgie's team, both their stables and blockhouses and racks are all placed in the same place. Also around the middle of the map, so they took a lot of map control. And also their reinforcements, they could arrive in time. That's the most important thing for this game. Yaki's reinforcements could not arrive in time to the front line and got intercepted. And also Genesis could not gather natural resources because of the pressure in the front line. So I think this time Yaki's team played better. He's got Hussars to deal with the Strelets. But I think the problem is that they lost map control. Yeah. And this map is very good for rushing because teammates on the same team, they're separated very, very far from each other. And this is a big map in Himalayas. So if your teammates is getting pressured and your base, your racks, your stables is on your side instead of your teammate's side, then the time walking from your base to the other teammate's base will take a very long time. And by the time you reach to the base, your teammates' soldiers are all dead. And then you're alone. Alright, Yaki is alive. Let's check Yaki. It's building 2 layers of walls. I don't know what's going on. Let's check. Alright, so Yaki is checking what Widgie is doing, I guess. Alright, he's asking for a fight in his base. He's got 44 UVs, 7 crossbows. The shrines are getting sieged down. And also, when they're down, he loses line of sight, so he will not know what's going on the other side of the map. He will slowly starve to death, you see? He's got only 3 trees left inside his walls. Alright, I'll fast forward a bit. Alright, cannons. Second volley. Third volley. Fourth volley. Alright, Yaki has successfully snapped the cannons at the cost of half his army. Alright, he's using his Miniman. Alright, to snare the cav, do some damage. More Falconets from Widgie's team. Alright, wall is down. The cav is breaking free. Yaki using his villagers to get inside his TC for more firepower. Yeah, that's GG. Let's check the stats. Animus has the most resources from his bank boom. Widgie's team's got the most kills, pretty even from Widgie and Animus. Both did a very good job. Yeah, Genesis getting pressured. His Ville's got no protection. And Yaki's reinforcements did not arrive on time. So that's quite unfortunate for Genesis. Alright, that's it for this game. Bois has won game 2. Congratulations to Bois for winning this series. They will advance in their winner's bracket. For XILED, they are moved to the loser's bracket. They could still make a comeback to the grand finals if they could defeat all the teams from the loser's bracket. Good luck to both teams in their next series.